Oh my God. Hello, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. So sorry I did not stream last night and I moved it to this morning, but I am okay. Disclaimer, I'm not even doing the background music today because I feel it's inappropriate. Hi, everybody. I'll say hi to everybody in a second. I'm going to say this a couple times throughout the stream. We're going to be talking about some heavy, scary, like this. Mick knows. Mick, I know you know this has me some kind of fucked up. Because so welcome in everybody. I see my Nicholas Pickle, one of my two super mods. How you doing? Jarella, shaking but not stirred cat. Hugs to you, cat. I love you so much. Cat, I need to talk with you because I want to do that stream about chronic pain and chronic illness here soon. Have share our stories and whatnot. Try to give an understanding of what it's like living like that every day. Oh, there's my Discord. Do I need that open? I don't think so. Let me close that. I do have my Twitter pulled up already because we will be going into my Twitter. Shout out Annie. Let me see if I can drop her Twitter link in chat. That's Annie Poo on Twitter. She has been amazing. She's been tagging me and stuff, sharing things with me. So appreciate her. She's one of my listen. I love my Twitter peeps. Y'all know I love Twitter. My Twitter link is always in the description. Oh, so how we doing? How is pool? This is a lot. Graveyard Flowers. Hammy, how you doing, my dearest Hammy? How you doing? Let me get caught up on the chat. Yeah, I was like kind of debating, like, should I wait a little bit? Should I do it now? But it wasn't specified if it was like Eastern time or Pacific. But if the sub went down, what was it? Was it Sunday or Monday? I can't. We're gonna watch. I've got some videos pulled up. Dr. Grande is one of them. If you know about the Dr. Grande, I've been watching that man for over 5 years. He is the king of throwing shade on YouTube. Love him so much. Hi, Dora V. Welcome in. It is. It's going to be heavy, and I approach everything with humor. So if that's not something you vibe with, like, I'm not going to be laughing at the people in the sub. I'm going to be laughing at myself because when I tell you this freaks me out, Mick and I had what? It had to be like the whole conversation is long because it's me and Mick, but like for a good hour and a half, we had this whole conversation about would you rather be stuck in a submarine underwater or at like an underwater, like the abyss, ocean station type thing? Would you rather be there, stuck there, or would you rather be in like a space shuttle or the International Space Station? A whole debate. Because in my mind, I'm like, either way, I can't fucking breathe, and the outside pressure is gonna mess me up. And I will not put my head underwater in the bathtub, you guys. And this thinking of being in that thing makes me feel like I can't move my arms, which freaks me out, and I have to go for an MRI soon. This hits so many like phobic kind of. Oh, Dave, we're going to watch some stuff and then we can catch up. Stackish, did you see they've located a debris field near the Titanic? Okay, so that means they're down at that depth, which is like 12,000 feet. Or is this on like a sonar type thing, or is it visual? Their visual field. I'm trying to sound smart. Hammy, help me out. So this hits a lot of like weird things for me. Ooh, Ham and Bean says, I was given the option of taking a naval ship back with our HMMWVs from Kuwait to Houston, Texas. I declined. Screw the ocean. Ham and Beans, I've never agreed with you more, my love. Abso-fucking-lutely. I just, yeah, it's like, what would you rather be, you guys? Would you rather be like on the internet at International Space Station, or in like a small craft of some sort out in outer space, or this sub? Which there's so much questionable shit about this fucking sub. How was this thing operating? How, sir? I, And I want to try and go into like, who's the Stockton Rush dude? Annie sent me some tweets and I was reading through some articles. I'll pull those up later. This guy's been taking money for this since like 2016, I believe the article said. And they just started like doing the trips in the past couple of years. And if you know who Josh, the adventure guy, tall guy, real cute beard. I've got a video with him. You know, Josh Gates. Josh Gates, love him so much. He was like, we were going to do like a show or a special or something about it. And basically they went and checked it out and he was like, nope. And I've got that interview with him. Effie Bug. It was operated inside by an Xbox controller. It wasn't even an Xbox. It was a Logitech, which, shout out Logitech. They make some good products, but that's like the Ford Pinto of controllers. You know, you want like a Lamborghini for controllers. There's a lot of sketchy stuff about. So I want to start first with Dr. Grande's video, because he gives a nice little synopsis. Shout out Dr. Todd Grande. I really enjoy him. Love him. Like I said, been watching him for years. He's great. Let's see. Let me say hi to some more people. Creek, Effie Bug. Sorry, I'm all verklempt and flustered because this has me. When I tell you, Julie, I hope you're feeling good. Dorvy, I think I already said hello. And again, Annie's Twitter link. Let me drop it again. Sarah K, my other super mod. This is Annie's link on Twitter. She's a good follow, especially if you're in Gore World. Love her so much. Hey, April of Chaos. Yeah, when I tell you I was up like at 2 a.m. checking on this, if they were at their like fill up the oxygen before we leave, they were due to run out sometime this morning. I saw estimates of 8 a.m. this morning. Like I said, I don't know if that was Eastern or Pacific. I couldn't find a specified time zone. And again, heavy subject matter here. Use your discretion, because y'all know Raven's got a mouth on her and she just tells it like it is. Hey, Jessica MG, welcome in. Somebody's like, well, say if like one of the older guys freaked out and had a heart attack, that'd be more oxygen. And it's like, no, it's actually less, because then you have a body starting to decompose. And hopefully that did not happen. But if it did, it's cold enough down there to stave off the decomposition process. I was thinking, okay, this is dark, right? This whole thing's gonna be dark. I'm so sorry. Fuck. I was like, what would be better for them to like be alive and have hope of rescue and be in there for, 4 or 5 days, however long, or would things get to a point and I'd be like, dude, can we just like breach something and just let the pressure, but would they even know what depth they're at? And hope they're deep enough, or know they're deep enough so that like they could breach something, because that pressure comes in, boom, crushed, just done. I'm sure as more comes out about this, I might do I will probably do another stream to talk about it as this progresses. And I want to there's videos where they can like simulate the pressure as you go deeper, and it's just instantaneous. But you can of course be honest, Jessica MG. This is a place, as long as we're respectful towards each other, we can definitely be honest. This is a place where we say things where it's like, you're not sure if you should say it. This is that place where you can say it, because I don't like that shit. Oh, strange bun. Which bun? There's so many buns, Mick. I can't keep the buns track. Cups by Julie. Yes, it does have to be opened from the outside. And one thing I found out is that most submersibles are made from like steel, titanium, and that. This one, part of it's made from carbon fiber, so it's lighter, which can accommodate more people, but there's no data, there's no testing about the carbon fiber going to the depths it goes to get to Titanic, which is like 12,000 feet, which is like 5,000 pounds per square inch of pressure, which is a fucking lot. There's no data on that depth, that pressure, those temperature. How well is that carbon fiber going to hold up? So we're going to get into that. I know. I was thinking about that. I thought it was like Jessica MG says, who the hell calls their sub Ocean Gate after Tattoo Gate, Cake Gate, and all the gates and whatnot? Don't forget the original Watergate. And that was a whole thing where they were spying and Nixon and stuff. And it was named Watergate because that was the name of the hotel it happened at. And then there was like the whole thing with Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson with Nipplegate. And then from there on, a Lipstick Gate. All that stuff. So that's how all of it comes, to be those names. If you didn't know, because I know not everybody here is as old as me. Oh my God. All right. Let's get into Dr. Grande's video. I'm going to put him up to 1.25. I watched this earlier. He gives a nice little kind of background and then shares like, possibly what they could be going through. I have some CNN videos. I've played New York Post. They're cool. I'm kind of hesitant to play the CNN ones. If I get dinged, if they take a burb down, I will go in and start up another stream right away and just wait for it. So just FYI. But we're not watching History Channel this time, so fuck you, History Channel.
Oh, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question is, can I analyze the 2023 Ocean Gate Titan submersible disaster? Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon. I'll put the link to Patreon in the description for this video. First, I'll look at the background of this case, move to the timeline of the incident, then offer my analysis. A company called Ocean Gate conducted expeditions to visit the final resting place of the British Olympic-class ocean liner RMS Titanic. This vessel was on its maiden voyage from Southampton, England to New York City when it struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic on April 14, 1912, at 11:40 p.m. The vessel sank on April 15 at 2:20 a.m. Over 1,500 people lost their lives, in part because the vessel was not equipped with enough lifeboats, and the lifeboats which were available.
And the Titanic itself freaks me out. Like, thinking about that was a whole just, especially once the lights went out on the ship and you're just in the middle of the fucking ocean in the pitch black. And nope, I don't like the water.
Were underutilized. There was room for almost 500 additional people on the lifeboats when the ship sank. At the time of its sinking, the technology to reach the wreckage was not available. Even when it became available, nobody knew exactly where Titanic had come to rest. In 1985, the wreckage of the vessel was discovered about 400 nautical miles from the coast of Newfoundland. It is on the ocean floor at a depth of about 12,500 feet. The sinking of Titanic is a disaster that stands out as a testament to the dangers of arrogance. At the same time, it has captured the imaginations of many people which may explain why OceanGate conducted expeditions to the doomed ocean liner. To reach the depth of Titanic, OceanGate used a submersible named Titan. The names of both vessels were derived from the Titans of Greek mythology. This is the generation of gods preceding the Olympians. They were the gods of the underworld. Unlike Titanic, Titan was a small vessel. It was 22 feet long and weighed 23,000 pounds.
Look, so, and I believe, okay, this front part here is like a little outcrop deal. And there's a curtain that goes across on the inside, and there's like a little box you can sit down and do your business in. Because I was like, and Mick can vouch for this. I'm like, they're just peeing and pooping all up in there, man. There's no way. There's no way. You would have to pay me the $250,000 to get inside this thing and go down more than like 50 feet. This thing looks like a fucking death trap. I'm sorry. That's some rich people shit. I'm sorry.
Pounds. It was designed to reach a depth of 13,000 feet.
Ooh, let's look at it. Oh, see, Dr. Grande, you're the best. Oh my God, I love him so much. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at chat because I want to. So, like the one, what's his face used, the stupid director for Titanic that did the movie, you know, that guy. The ones they used to go down and view Titanic, could fit like 2, maybe 3 people. So this is 5, but again, there's no seats. You can't stand up. I'm sorry, this is a tube of death. Why?
The submersible was controlled with a modified Logitech wireless game controller.
Logitech!
Titan was always transported on another vessel,
Told you.
which monitored and supported all its activities. It was not a submarine that could leave port and reach a destination by itself, rather a submersible that was dependent on a support ship.
See, that's different. So it's a submersible. Submarines can go on their own. Submersible has got to be taxied there. We know the difference now, Nicholas. Ooh, that it just I'm just like, and it's attached to this. I forget what they called this thing, but this they can like, I thought I read somewhere that they could detach this from the inside because this kind of helps weigh it down. Because keep in mind, this is carbon fiber. This is not steel. This is not titanium. It's lighter. It's going to have more buoyancy. And it's pronounced buoy. I've seen so many people that are like, they deployed sonar buoys. I'm like, a buoy? Do you mean a fucking buoy? Because it's a buoy. Like, oh, the education system's another strain. Don't get into it, Raven. Oh my God. So yeah. Yep. And I assume this is where the camera is to view Titanic. So they're still encapsulated, and then the camera would be in here so they could see the images of the ship. But yeah, they're not actually seeing it out of like a porthole window or something because pressure. Because pressure.
Titan had room for 5 crew members, 1 pilot, 1 tour guide, and 3 paying passengers. These passengers, who OceanGate referred to as mission specialists, would pay $250,000 to join the expedition. They should have called them funding specialists. Each mission to see Titanic usually took about 8 hours. The crew was bolted into the vessel from the outside on the support ship. There was no way to escape without returning to that ship. Before making the journey, passengers had to sign a waiver, which confirmed their understanding about the dangers. Titan was an experimental vessel that had not been approved or certified by any regulatory body. Going on the trip could result in physical injury, disability, emotional trauma, or death. That last word, death, appeared 3 times on the first page of the waiver. Now moving to the timeline of the incident.
Okay, here we
go. The
go.
first OceanGate expedition for the year 2023 started on June 16 when the research icebreaker Polar Prince departed from St. John's, Newfoundland. Titan was transported by this vessel. Polar Prince arrived at the dive site on June 17, and the dive operation commenced on June 18.
I didn't even know you could do this. I didn't even fucking know this was a thing. That's why when I first heard this, I was like, wait, you can do that? And okay, cool, but why? Why would you? Why? 200? So the one guy, for him and his poor teenage son, paid $500,000 to do this. Sir, give me that money because I could really use it. And I will invest it. I will use it wisely. I'll go to school. I'll get me some sort of fucking degree. I will help all my friends. Y'all need your car paid off? Let me know. I would help. $500,000. Are you kidding me? Like I said, this is some rich people shit.
5 people were aboard Titan: a 58-year-old British businessman, a 77-year-old former French Navy commander, a 48-year-old British Pakistani businessman, his 19-year-old son, and the 61-year-old pilot, Stockton Rush, who was the chief executive and founder of OceanGate. The dive started at 9 a.m. The passengers had 96 hours of breathable air on board the submersible.
And somebody said, one of the guys, I forget if he told like his wife or a friend or somebody, he said they kept having to push the trip back because the weather was so bad that they couldn't, go down and do the dive. So I wonder if that was a factor as well.
Every 15 minutes, Titan communicated with Polar Prince, but the communication stopped after 11:47 a.m.
Nope.
The vessel was supposed to resurface at 6:10 p.m.,
Nope.
but it failed to do so.
Nope.
A massive search and rescue effort was launched, which included assets from the U.S. Navy, U.S. Coast Guard, U.S. Air National Guard, Canadian Coast Guard, and...
Listen, Mick knows me. Mick knows me better than anybody here. She knows I don't easily freak out. And when I tell you I am having like an adrenaline response right now, I am like, what's that? Like rocking back and forth in my chair. This, and just wait, he's gonna go into like what their responses could have been while they're trapped in there too. But again, shout out Dr. Grande, links in my description. He's great. Go back and watch his shit from last year with Amber Heard. This man is the type, he will throw snark and shade at you. 3 days later, you'll be like, did that man? He's so good. He's so good at the fucking shade and the snark. I can't even fucking talk. Okay.
Royal Canadian Air Force. As impressive as these considerable assets are, the search is incredibly daunting for many reasons, including the depth, weather conditions, the water temperature, and the fact that GPS does not work underwater. Searchers don't know if the Titan is on the ocean floor or closer to the ocean surface. At the time making this video, Titan has not been located. Sonar equipment had detected some underwater noise, which was incorrectly reported as banging by the media, but it wasn't clear where the sound came from. It seems likely that the noise was not related to Titan. Now moving to my analysis, here are my thoughts on a few areas that stood out to me in this case. Item number 1. What are the possibilities as far as the fate of Titan? There are essentially 4 things that could have happened: catastrophic implosion, fire, the vessel was lost at sea, maybe even on the surface,
Thank you, Creek.
or it is stuck in or on Titanic, like there was an entanglement. The submersible could have become trapped by various debris, like wire, cable, or twisted metal. If I had to guess, I would say that a catastrophic implosion was the most likely. That is, the pressure housing failed and water rapidly intruded into the vessel. This would not be a survivable event. The crew of the submersible would have been killed in an instant. This would explain why there was no...
Let me know in the chat if you guys want to. I can go and look up a video that demonstrates like, simulates the pressure at various depths and shows you like how quickly it'll crush like a styrofoam cup or a can. I can try looking up some of those videos if we want like a visual demonstration. You guys let me know. Because if majority's like, I'd rather leave it to my imagination, y'all can go find that stuff on your own time, but they are out there. Please let me know.
No type of distress message. Many other types of failures would still allow the crew time to communicate, but an implosion would not. The vessel was equipped with a number of backup systems, which would return it to the surface. This failure could also explain why none of those systems were activated, including the one passive system. Sandbags were connected to the vessel by hooks that dissolve after so many hours in the water. This would happen whether the crew was awake or not. With an implosion, the system would not work because the vessel would no longer have buoyancy. Item number 2, I want to offer some perspective on how dangerous the ocean is at a depth of 12,500 feet. Pressure can be measured in a few ways, including atmosphere and pounds per square inch.
Nope, nope.
1 atmosphere is equal to 14.7 pounds per square inch. This is the pressure at the surface of the water, the pressure that people deal with every day. For every 33 feet of depth in saltwater, 1 atmosphere is added. Put another way, every 1 foot of depth adds 0.445 pounds per square inch of pressure. At 12,500 feet of depth, Titan was exposed to about 375 atmospheres, or 5,500 pounds per square inch of pressure. It would not take a substantial mechanical failure to result in disaster.
Y'all know the blobfish, the one that looks like, the one actor from back in the day with the big schnoz, and he looks like sad. That fish looks completely different when he's down in the normal depths of like this, right? He looks like that because the blobfish is actually not a blobfish. I forget what it looks like when it's under the correct pressure, but it looks like that on the surface because that fish is used to being under X amount of thousands of pounds of pressure. It looks different. It looks different. The why would you do this? Why?
At those pressure levels. Item number 3, concerns about the safety of Titan were voiced as far back as 2018. OceanGate received complaints alleging their lack of oversight and adherence to industry-accepted safety guidelines. There was also an employee who said he was fired after raising concerns that the company was not properly testing the carbon fiber hull.
See, and I've got some stuff. I think that's on my Twitter. We'll look into that.
OceanGate operated Titan in international waters. Arguably, they were in a legal gray area as far as enforcement of safety rules. Stockton Rush, who again is the chief executive of OceanGate and the pilot of Titan.
I'm sorry, Stockton Rush is just like an asshole name. It's like the villain in the 80s in like the high school movies. Who's that? Oh, that's Stockton Rush. I'm sorry, that's a rich person's name, but I digress.
Has argued that the pressure vessel of Titan was sound. The carbon fiber tube was carefully tested. Stockton indicated that as long as the pressure vessel did not fail, everything else could fail, and the submersible would still be in good shape. He said there hadn't even been a major injury, let alone a fatality. Stockton criticized the safety regulations for submersibles, claiming that they stifled innovation. He falsely claimed that the people aboard Titan were the safest 5 people on the planet. It's almost like he was saying Titan was unsinkable, a claim echoed from the past when people bragged about RMS Titanic.
Wow.
I doubt that Stockton still feels the same way. Item number 4, the flight of the Titan has attracted a lot of attention and mixed opinions.
Even in a fucking situation like this, Dr. Grande is the goddamn king of shade and snark. I love you, Dr. Grande. And he'll do these little shorts in this monotone voice. He's like, every year around this time, my wife decides to put Easter decorations everywhere, and he'll like cut to like different parts of his house with all this like Easter shit his wife puts out. It's great. Please subscribe to him. He's so good.
As far as the behavior of the passengers, like some people feel badly for them and others don't. As far as the interest, I think this case is compelling because it involves a mystery, a rescue mission, and 5 exceedingly wealthy people who took an unnecessary risk. As a matter of fact, only wealthy people could afford to take this particular risk, which I think only heightens the sense that they took their chances willingly. They understood what they were getting into. Because of their actions, many other brave searchers are risking their lives.
It's okay to laugh, though. Like, gallows humor is allowed here, you guys.
To find them. They are engaging in a technically complex and hazardous retrieval operation that would normally involve months of preparation. Some people have asked, should these 5 people on Titan be permitted to jeopardize all those innocent lives? In my opinion, the authorities should certainly try to find the passengers on Titan, but I think moving forward, this type of hazardous dive needs to be better regulated. People cannot continue to put themselves in this type of situation where a high-risk rescue attempt is likely. In addition, there must be some way for the crew to get out of submersibles in the future. It's ridiculous that they are bolted in from the outside. I understand that it's...
Yeah, and I'm sure he'll say, but even if they were able to open that door from the inside, until they are back up at a certain depth, right, where the human body can handle it, And even then, I have questions about, because there's that thing, if you go up too fast, it fucks with like the oxygen in your body. And I'm sure Hammy knows. Hammy's like my Hammy, I'm so sorry. Hammy's like my encyclopedia. I'm like, Hammy will know. Um, but you can only go up, like, you have to go up slow. There's like this one video, this diver who realized he came up too fast, and he was like on the surface, and you can see the realization in his face, and he ended up dying like shortly thereafter, because it fucks with like the nitrogen or something in your body. I'm not a water person. Like, you want to take the crab out the water and I'll cook it and eat it, like, we're good. But that, nope, nope.
It's cheaper than having to incorporate a hatch, but certain safety measures should never be cut. I think much of the blame for this disaster rests with OceanGate. The paying customers may have believed that the trip was essentially safe, despite the word death appearing 3 times on the first page.
And I think they named it Ocean Gate, as like the gateway to the ocean, the gateway to explore it. No. And there's so much of the ocean we have not explored. And yes, I do think there are aliens in the ocean.
Of the waiver. Nobody reads the fine print on those contracts anyway. Item number 5. The case of Titan speaks to several existential topics, including the attitude that people have toward risk. There are already people defending this type of expedition, essentially saying something like, if a person doesn't want risk, they should not get out of bed. Interestingly, not getting out of bed would actually carry significant risk. Activity is necessary for people to be healthy. But I understand the point they're trying to make.
Creek.
Essentially, these Titan proponents are saying that life is inherently risky, and it's important to have some excitement. Somebody has to be at the tip of the spear as far as scientific discovery and technological advancement. Innovators must take chances.
Thank you,
The
Hanny.
Titan detractors argue that the Titan crew is not advancing science or technology in any way. They were simply there as an adventure. They wanted to tell their family and friends that they saw Titanic in person. The risk was not only unnecessary, it was unwise.
Ooh.
The passengers focused so intensely on what they wanted, they forgot or didn't care about what they could lose. In my opinion,
Stackish, thank you for mentioning that. I could not remember the name of that, and I want to do like a Wednesday stream on that, because Wednesdays are a little more fun. Still kind of like, just like kind of weird off the wall stuff. Doesn't really fit with like Freaky Friday. Which, do you guys want to do like haunted housey stuff on Friday? Or like, what do you guys want to do? Which is fucking tomorrow. Jesus, I'm so off. Yes, this guy buried this treasure, and people go and they look for it. I need to find videos and like pull stuff on it. But thank you so much, Stackish. I've been wanting to do a stream on that because it's incredibly interesting. Thank you, Stackish.
It's fine to take risks to have fun, but those risks must be managed. Item number 6. In the unlikely event that the crew encountered a disaster that left them alive and conscious for a while, like being trapped in or on Titanic, what would they have gone through as far as their mental health? For this item, I'm going to assume that the men did not ultimately survive. This is a scary topic for some people to contemplate. For example, those with claustrophobia have talked about how this case activates that fear. It causes vicarious claustrophobia. I think this is a terrifying scenario for anyone.
Yeah.
There are various theories about what happened.
Yep.
The men panicked, attacked each other, lost control, broke down crying, or
vicarious claustrophobia. Dr. Grande. Bro, when I tell you the vicarious claustrophobia, and I'm not laughing at the people in the submersible, I'm laughing at myself. Like, I'm not joking. I have to go for an MRI soon. I'm already freaking out about it because being in that machine. Okay, listen, if I had to choose between like, you either have to have your top half buried, but like you could still move your legs, or you would have to have, you wouldn't be able to move your legs, but you could move your arms. I will pick my legs, because not moving my legs, okay, cool. With my arms, I can still scratch stuff. I can still drink my latte. I can still smoke a cigarette. I can still pet my dogs. Like, watching those, I don't care if it's like a documentary type movie, a YouTube video, or that movie, The Descent. Freaks. Fuck that movie. I hate that movie so much. It freaks me out. Watching these people that are spelunking, which is exploring caves. It's actually called spelunking. Um, freaks me out because they're going through these little spaces and they can move like a half inch at a time to like to inchworm along to get to the next cavern or whatever. That shit freaks. You can't move your arms. Why would you do that if you can't move your arms? Y'all better stick some wheels up my ass, attach a rope to my fucking head and my feet and pull me through like I'm the little thing at the bank making a deposit, because no ma'am, just stick some wheels up my ass and just shoot Raven through the tunnel. Nope.
Tried to break out of the submersible.
Oh,
I would be surprised if any of those things happened initially.
I can't.
These men, with the possible exception of the 19-year-old, were probably high sensation seekers without much of a panic response. They had learned to control their emotions to some degree. I imagine that they stayed strong and put on a good face for the 19-year-old, who was probably terrified and looking to the older men for reassurance. Eventually, however, the panic would have set in for all of them. At that point, the thinking would move in one of two directions. They either accepted their fate or created a delusion of rescue, which they maintained until the end. Either way, it would have been a horrible way to die, not an outcome that could necessarily be appreciated after reading a waiver of liability. Now moving to my final thoughts. Stockton Rush promised his passengers a once-in-a-lifetime trip. Unfortunately, he was correct. The passengers of Titan probably shared the same fate as the passengers of Titanic. Their legacy is now fused with the legacy of that ocean liner.
Yeah.
In my opinion, OceanGate simply did not do enough to mitigate the probability of a terrible outcome. They appeared to be inviting disaster. The arrogance of Titanic has repeated itself in the arrogance of Titan. In this way, OceanGate has plunged to new depths. Those are my thoughts on the 2023 OceanGate Titan submersible incident. Please put any opinions and thoughts in the comments section. They always generate an interesting dialogue. As always, I hope you found my analysis of this topic to be informative. Thanks for watching.
I
This
love
is
you.
Dr. Grande.
I love you, Dr. Grande. Oh my God, I love him so much. Isn't he great? If you don't know about the Dr. Grande, now you do. Again, go back to last summer and watch his Johnny Depp Amber Heard. He fucking roasts her, and but he does it in such, he's got that like I like his monotone cadence, the way he talks. Because there's just enough inflection. But I really like the way he talks. He speaketh. He roasts her so fucking bad. He's like, he just throws it in there. Again, he's the type of person where he'll roast you, and 3 days later you're like, wait a minute, did he did, did he say some shit about me? And even then you're still not sure. It's great. Okay, so I want to pull up next. I forget what the name of this guy's show is, right? I was watching it. So this is from Sky News. Josh Gates. He does. I listen. I haven't had cable in years. I haven't watched TV in years. He does like some sort of explore adventure. He does like explore adventure type stuff. Like if there's some, random village in the middle of the fucking Andes Mountains, and it's going to take you 8 days to get there, and it's a precarious journey. Josh Gates has been there 5 times already. He comes trekking into the village, and they're like, yo, what's up? They know him. This is what Josh Gates does. He's an adventurer, he's a risk taker, and he does it for TV. So for Mr. Gates to be like, this seems like some sketchy shit, I'm not going to do this, is saying something. So this is an interview with him from Sky News. And he talks about, again, how they were, considering doing an episode or a show with this submersible and stuff, and why they said no.
I host a television program on Discovery Channel called Expedition Unknown, and
yes,
we were thinking about the idea of making a special on Titanic. And so we went up to OceanGate's headquarters in Everett, Washington in 2021. This was just before they were going to take their first group of passengers down to Titanic. And we went out with Stockton, the CEO, who is piloting.
Hey, Saturday Baker, welcome in. We're again, obviously, we're talking about the missing Titanic sub. So just as a reiteration, having somebody new come in reminds me to say we are talking about some heavy subject matter, people missing, possibly dying. We do encourage gallows humor here. We encourage humor to deal with difficult things like this. So again, please use your discretion, and please understand we are not laughing at the people. We are laughing at ourselves in an effort to deal with the gravity of the situation, the seriousness of the situation, and also to deal with our own qualms, like me and my claustrophobia. Okay, if you're listening now or later, okay, cool, thanks.
Titan on this current mission as well. And we joined Stockton for a shakedown dive on the sub, taking it out, putting it through its paces there in Puget Sound, and seeing how Titan performed and thinking about whether it would be a good fit for us to film for a show. It's a really striking submarine, as you'll see in the stock footage of it here. It's a very novel design. It doesn't look like any other submersible that has gone down to Titanic before, and a lot of that has to do with how it's made. It's made of a carbon fiber hull.
No, look at that. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at nope. And this is, see, she's got the Ocean Gate thing on. So this is just why would you do this? Again, this guy's been collecting money for this since 2016. Only recently started doing trips, and people can be like, COVID, and no, it kept getting pushed back because of shit on his end. But just pop down to the garden center and buy some things, which, okay, I get it. If it's for like just an interior light, that might be sufficient. But people build rockets in their backyards to go to the moon. Why do I feel this similar vibe? And why do I feel like this Stockton Rush dude is one of those people that he can just never have a normal conversation? He's always in that, oh, well, let me tell you. No, blah, blah, blah. It's like even asking him what he had for lunch and to him describing his lunch sounds like a pitch or a lecture of some sort, because and I'm sure he is smart. I'm not saying dude isn't, but just he's got that, again, he's got a certain energy to him, and it's very like the ego comes before everything, and that is often people's downfall.
As opposed to having a steel or a titanium hull, and because it's carbon fiber, it could be made much larger. So it's actually quite a large submarine. Can hold 5 people, as opposed to most of the subs that go down to Titanic can only hold 2 or 3. So it's actually quite spacious inside as these kind of subs go. And as I said, it has a very unique design. So it certainly, when you see it, it's a fairly striking craft.
Yeah, Josh, you use words like novel and unique when it comes to its design, and Ocean Gate itself, when you look at its website, talks about being at the forefront of innovation. In fact, it's so innovative, it's ahead of regulation.
No.
Regulation can't keep up with its innovation.
No.
But was it safe? Did you get the feeling that it was safe? Did you talk to those that operated it about?
Jarella, what? Is there something? Has something come out? Did they find? Because I'm trying to do this. So if you guys hear of anything while we're streaming, like any breaking news, let me know. Put it in the chat, and we'll go to it. Okay.
The safety measures involved,
Sure.
and the kind of risks involved. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, look, this is one of the really challenging things about a vehicle like this, is that there is almost nothing to benchmark it against. There is no other vehicle like Titan anywhere in the world.
Okay, yeah, somebody, Stackish, I think it was Stackish, said that when we started. About an hour ago, Jarella says, about an hour ago, an unmanned submersible found a debris field in the search area. Yeah, because don't forget, You know, it's the ocean. The ocean's constantly in motions. There's currents. The water's constantly moving. There's sea life down there. That's like, what's this shit? U.S. Coast Guard. See, look, I learned what that is. What that little acronym. Look at me learning stuff. U.S. Coast Guard Northeast tweeted that, and I saw it on a Daily Caller article. So they're just saying they'd have found a debris field in the search area, but it's not confirmed that it's the submersible, which is interesting because, again, it's made of the carbon fiber. It's supposed to be lighter. I wonder if any of that has floated up, or maybe it's in a current somewhere. Interesting. Jarella says, quote unquote, experts within the unified command are evaluating the information. Thank you. Thank you, Stackish and Jarella. All right, well, let's finish watching Josh's, and then I'll mooch around on YouTube and see what we can find.
It is a one-off.
See, this is why I wanted to wait until this morning, because I'm like, some shit's gonna pop off. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I've had 11 a.m. today in my head since last night. I've had 11 a.m. because you guys know about my abilities and stuff, right? I keep seeing 11 a.m. I keep hearing 11 a.m. It is 10:18.
And so
I'm just saying,
evaluating risk for a craft like this is really difficult. We know that carbon fiber is
Seattle Sapphire. Jarella said that the U.S. Coast Guard tweeted that an hour ago, an unmanned submersible found a debris field in the search area, and that experts within the unified command are evaluating the information. There's no confirmation, though. But again, since last night, this is why part of the reason I pushed my stream back. And I was wanting to set it for 11 a.m. this morning, but I'm like, no, I feel like we're going to hear something either way at 11 a.m. Let me start it beforehand. We can just kind of like hang out and talk, just provide some comic relief and support, whatever, because this is a lot. This is heavy. But yeah, I keep hearing 11 a.m. and we got 40 minutes, and now all this is starting to come forward. Who knows? Maybe how much y'all want to bet we're going to hear something around 11 a.m. because a bird is psychic. How you doing?
extremely strong. It's what's used to build the Boeing Dreamliner or the Airbus A350. It is a miracle product in a lot of ways. It can be 10 times stronger than steel, but there are real questions about carbon fiber in terms of its fatigue. How does it perform at these kind of pressures and at this kind of a cold temperature after multiple cycles? It's something that's hard to evaluate. And so risk is a very difficult thing to evaluate when it comes to Titan.
Did we all just hear what Josh said? Did we all hear that? Did we all hear that? Because it's made of carbon fiber and it hasn't been tested and there's no data, they don't know how many cycles, how many times this can go down at those depths and those temperatures and under that pressure and maintain its structural integrity.
Its fatigue. How does it perform at these kind of pressures and at this kind of a cold temperature after multiple cycles? It's something that's hard to evaluate. And so risk is a very difficult thing to evaluate when it comes to Titan. For us on the dives that we did, I would say that some of the systems on board performed very well. Some of them didn't perform well at all. We had issues with thrusters. We had issues with computer control aboard. But of course, this was a test designed to kind of get Titan up and running for the voyages it was going to make a few months later. Those kind of things aren't uncommon on a test dive. Having said that, ultimately, I decided to back off of our project because I just couldn't get comfortable ultimately with the design of Titan because there was so little data available about managing that risk and really what it looked like if this sub went up and down as many times as it was going to.
Remind me how long ago that was, because, you know, Ocean Gate and the number of dives it's made since you were there on that sort of maiden shakedown dive, as you call it. It seems that, you know, safety wasn't a concern for those going on those trips, and there are waivers involved.
Oh, God. Even just looking at that on screen. Oh, and fun fact about me, I don't even have to be on a boat to get seasick. I get seasick on the dock. I went on a whale watch in Hawaii because, you know, it was like I'd lived there for like a year, and my mom came to like visit and like bring me home. And so her and I went on a whale watch. Wasn't even on the boat, just on the dock. And I was already like, I did not throw up though. I did much better. And there was this little group of little Japanese girls, and they were so cute. And like me and one of the deckhands kept bringing them like barf bags and ginger ale, and I helped take care of them, and they were so sweet. Oh, I hope they're doing well. They were such nice girls.
Everybody's well aware from the risk,
but they were barfing up their kidneys. Goddamn.
The mention of death apparently on the first page of the waiver is mentioned 3 times. You know,
this was in 2021. Yeah, this was in 2021 when we went and did this with Ocean Gate. That was at the beginning of its real maiden season of bringing passengers out there for the first time. And look, it is described in those waivers as an experimental craft, and I think that it is truly experimental in a very real sense of the word. This is not like boarding a commercial flight on a new airplane. This is like being a test pilot on a plane that has never flown before. And so there's a totally different category of risk with a vehicle like this. I do think the passengers are made aware of a lot of those risks. But again, there are just a huge number of unknowns with a submersible like this. There are elements of Titan where there are real redundancies. There are a lot of ways to drop weights, for instance, on Titan and bring it back to the surface. There's 4 different systems on board to drop weights. There's a computer-controlled system that can vent water.
This is what I was talking about with that like platform thing it's attached to. When we were watching Dr. Grande's video, that they can like release that, and it makes them lighter.
In or out of ballast chambers to help it rise up in the ocean. There is a manual valve in Titan to take air and add it to bladders on the outside of the sub to bring it up. And there's a hydraulic controlled system that can drop weights off the bottom. And in fact, the entire skid assembly on the bottom of Titan.
Skid assembly. That's skid assembly.
Can be dropped using a hydraulic lever, which takes a huge amount of weight off the sub to bring it to the surface. Those sort of things were baked into the design of Titan to make it more safe. But there are other elements of its design that are more challenging. You know, it cannot be opened from the inside. There is no topside hatch on Titan because of the way the carbon fiber hull is built.
So that's why that is. Because it's made of carbon fiber and not the usual steel, titanium, and such. This is why they have to be closed in from the outside, and there's no like, you know, topside hatch to get them out. Because it's made of carbon fiber, I assume it would compromise the structural integrity of the submersible.
And so you have these trade-offs. You have an innovative novel design, but it comes with a lot of mysteries, you know, in terms of how it's going to perform over time.
Yeah, it is a real mystery at the moment while those search and rescue teams try to find it. And Josh, that's really interesting information in terms of the security measures on board the sub, that if something goes wrong, like you said, you've just talked us through a whole raft of things that the crew on board can do. In light of that, what do you think has happened? What could have gone wrong in terms of, you know, it's not floated to the surface? What are the kind of things that could have got awry down there?
You know, it's tough to speculate about this. I think in some ways there are only a handful of things, categories of things that could go wrong. One of the real, you know, challenges here is communication. It's very hard to communicate with untethered subs like this from the surface anyway. But the fact that Titan lost communication on its way down to Titanic, and that they have not received communication since then, would indicate that something went wrong with its systems. Now, it was well off the bottom when that communication was lost, and so using those multiple redundancies of weight drop systems, Titan should have returned to the surface, right? And so the fact that that hasn't happened opens up this whole other question of...
Okay, so he's saying, like, if the communications went out, and it happened like, not too far on its way down, they should have dropped weight and floated back to the surface, and that didn't happen, is what Josh is saying. So by redundancies, it seems like he's saying safety measures. I'm also kind of stupid though. So
what are these other possibilities? Look, so
Queen of what the fuck? How you doing, everybody? Shout out Queen of what the fuck. Mick, can you can you throw her channel link in the chat, please? If you don't know, Queen of what the fuck has an amazing channel. Please subscribe to her. She's a friend of mine and Mick's channel, and we love her so much.
certainly one of those possibilities is a hull failure.
Hey,
that kind of
Nadia.
speaks to the carbon fiber design of Titan, and also a concern in all submersibles. Electrical fires, computer failure, things like that. I have to say, I think we're still in the time period here, though this time period is closing, where I think we should remain hopeful. We've got 5 people aboard this sub. We have a young man aboard this sub, and all of these new assets are now rushing out to the North Atlantic to aid in this search. And so I think that we should remain hopeful here for a positive outcome for this, which is what everybody here wants, obviously. We're going to know more about that, I think, in the next day or so here.
Josh, one of the big questions being asked by everyone that follows this story is why? Why do this? Given this incident, of course, we don't know the outcome.
And I think Josh is a very good person to answer this, because this is like what he does for a living. Again, he's got a great TV show, and he's done all kinds of fun, crazy things. His was one of the few shows I watched. I like him, but I don't have cable anymore, so.
Of it yet, it's not looking good. But
It's
like
too
you said,
expensive.
We cling on to hope. Do you think this is the end of this kind of expedition involving this kind of submersible? Who's going to want to get into one of these ever again? And again, it comes back to that question: why do you want to do this? You're someone that does this. Talk us through that.
Right. Well, look, this is a big question, and it's something that, especially on social media, people seem to be talking about a lot. I think there's actually been a lot of quite callous comments on social media I've been reading from people who just say, why should anybody ever attempt something like this? Look, I think, first of all, it's important to remember that Titanic has fascinated the world since the night that she sank. There is an incredible allure to this.
Yeah, but I don't want to go in the fucking water. And it's like, okay, cool, she's in the water. I lived in Daytona Beach, Florida when that movie came out. And I remember, going to the beach with my boyfriend at the time and being like, I know it's like way north, but think about just that being in the water, and all the other shipwrecks and all the unknown, untold stories of just people at sea. And because pirates are real big in Florida. Shout out Sarah Kay. But I don't want to go in the fucking water. I don't want to go see the bitch. Cool. That's cool. James Cameron. That was the guy that did it. James Cameron. Let him. Cool beans. CGI that shit. Nope. I will be topside with a fucking latte and Winston and we Gucci. I will be here with the oxygen and the ability to move my arms. But some people are like that. I've known people like that. I know people here like that. I'm at the base of Lake Tahoe, the Sierra Nevada mountains, and it's we're going to trek 4 days into the middle of the mountain range where rescue people can't get to us if we fall and break a leg, and we're going to go traverse this sheer fucking side of this cliff mountain thing, and hope we don't hit loose rock or some crap doesn't happen and we fall, and they'll never be able to find us, let alone rescue us to get us out of there. But we're going to go. Sounds like fun. And I'm like, have a good time, bro. You got life insurance? Because damn.
This shipwreck, and indeed to all shipwrecks, I think, because they are time capsules and they are transportative. They bring us to a moment in our own past, in the case of Titanic, to a gilded age in a lot of ways. And so they hold a real fascination for people, both just as a matter of interest, but also to historians and to scientists. And so I think that, the people aboard Titan, I think were there because they had a real passion and a real interest for Titanic. And as someone who manages,
was that lady clearing her throat, or was she just a little bit snarky right there? They had a passion for Titanic. No, Josh, I love Josh. He's great. Again, he's like one of the few people I actually would like enjoy him and watch his show. I'm going to have to politely disagree and say, again, this is some rich people shit. This is when you're that rich and you don't have to worry about anything monetary, and you literally have the ability to pay for or pull strings to do or get anything, this is the shit you do. And this is why a lot of the rich elite people do some sick and twisted shit, because they're bored and they can. Because what else are you going to fucking do? Going to Disneyland is only going to suffice so many fucking times. So they start taking risks and doing weird, sick stuff because they can. Because they're bored. Because what else are you going to do? Oh, great. I own 20 cars. I own the 20 most fancy, most expensive cars in the entire world. Cool. It gets boring after a while. And I think you get it in your head when you're of a certain stature, of a certain income bracket, that you get that false sense of security that you're indestructible, or that you're so important. Oh, they'll rush to come find us. And that's another thing I'm seeing is people are like, why didn't they go out sooner? They waited too long. Well, maybe because mobilizing that rescue effort takes a lot of people and a lot of planning and a lot of resources and a lot of money. So maybe they were like, let's wait a couple of hours to see if maybe they turn up before we send out the entire Coast Guard fleet and this and that and spend millions of dollars. Like, people don't think about this. People, that's a lot of fucking resources and planning. And there are people that have not slept in 3 days trying to coordinate and get somebody here and this and that. They think it's just fucking text somebody and have them go down and scoop them up. That's not how this works.
Risk for a living and who does a lot of risky things. Look, it takes a lot of courage and a lot of determination to go on a voyage like this in a submarine down to these kind of depths. And so I think there should be a lot of admiration for the people aboard Titan, because I think this is something that speaks to their passion. There are people who climb Everest. There are people who parachute. And many of us would say, why do those things? And those people would say, because it's something that speaks to them on a personal level, on a deep level. And so I think this is the case with Titanic. It is a difficult place to reach. It is an event that holds a huge place in our history. And I think that these people had admirable goals going down there.
All right. Ooh, okay. We're going to... Oh, Creek. Make me feel old, Creek. I wasn't born when it came out. I still haven't watched it. I saw Titanic in the theater when it came out with my best friend at the time. Her name was Donna. I walked out of that theater bawling my eyes out. I was also very emotional because, like, I was super in love with my boyfriend at the time, and he was like, he had just left to go to school down in Florida, which is why I ended up moving there. And I was still in Chicago and I missed him. And I was like, so, like teenage hormonal, bullshit. Yes. Everest is such a shit show now. Jarella says people pay $1 million to hike Everest and die up there. And fun fact, if you die on Everest, they're not going to bring your body down. It's especially once it's at a certain like elevation up the mountain. Everest is littered with garbage, with dead bodies. It's not like it used to be. Somebody posted like a TikTok or something, and it's just like all these people, like it's like fucking queuing at Disneyland now. So, but Chantel's gonna make it to Everest Base Camp. Bitch, you can't walk to the kitchen to go get you a snack. You're out of breath, Miss Mama. Okay. Yep, they do. They sure leave you. Hammond says, I hated Titanic. My girlfriend kept dragging me to see that movie. I don't know why this makes me laugh, Ham. Just because, like, I don't know. I don't know what you look like, but I can picture you just be like, oh my God, this bitch. I know I have to go because if we're going to, don't go see it again. And then when it came out, you guys, it wasn't even on DVD. It was on VHS, and it was so long. It was 2 VHS tapes. So in the middle, like right as the ship started sinking, spoiler alert, the ship sinks. Gallows humor, we love it here. But I think they did it so it was like right where he like catches her with Jack and he like drew her, and right before the ship starts sinking. So is where they cut it to switch to the second tape. It was a whole thing. I remember when the DVD of that came out, and I was like, hell yeah, I don't have to switch VHS tapes anymore. You guys don't even know how good you fucking have it. Talk to me about cassette tapes. What do you use a pencil for with a cassette tape? If you know, put it in the comments. All right, I want to look and see what's current on. Oh, look, it's me. Let's look up Ocean Gate. Ocean Gate. $20 hours ago. Yeah, 2 hours ago, out of oxygen. 6 hours ago. Is there anything more? I just typed in Ocean Gate. Let me type in Ocean Gate debris field and see what comes up. Yeah. Debris. Okay, 1 hour ago. All right. Hold on, let me share my screen because this is the most recent. Titanic's good. Yep. Wind that tape back up, baby. Hee hee. Well, Creek Native, if you're in need of some, I'm going to get myself in trouble. If you're in need of some classic mint condition used DVDs, I know of a store in Connersville, Indiana, you'll be able to go purchase them at soon. It's going to change the town and change the world. Oh my God. Yeah, I need to start doing another stream during the week because there's more people I want to talk about. Which shout out Belinda. Sure, members pre-stream live is going to start at 11:30, and her stream's going to start at noon. And she is doing what is it? Hater Nation or something. The history of Hater Nation or some shit with Gigi. So that's going to be a good goddamn time. I will be ending my stream by 11:30. Sorry, just saying. I love Belinda. When I tell you guys I fucking love Belinda, I mean I fucking love Belinda. I love her. Okay. Oh, Winston's looking at me like, mother, you should not swear on stream so much. I'm sorry, little man. I love you so much. He's looking at me. He's all comfy cozy. Yeah, you're all comfy cozy in bed. You've got 1, 2, 3 pillows, mommy's blankets, your blankie. You are a lucky, lucky boy. You got good home and all them loves. Oh, big stretches. Okay. Sorry. I love my dog so much. All right, here. Let's watch this one.
Kristen, what is it?
Hey there, Jose. So within the past few minutes, we saw a tweet from the U.S. Coast Guard saying a debris field was discovered within the search area by an ROV near the...
Oh, I just got a news notification from my local news. A debris field has been found near the Titanic. So is this
The Titanic, experts within the Unified Command are evaluating the
Shit.
information. So as you recall, there were those two remote operated vehicles that had been down at the bottom of the ocean searching for the Titan submersible. So that is the latest, that they have now found a debris field. They're trying to figure out what that is, if it has anything to do with the submersible. The Coast Guard planning a briefing at 3 p.m. this afternoon where we hope to learn more. Jose?
And so again, and I know this is just coming across right now, but there is no talk of a debris field of any specific particular kind, right?
Right. All they said was this is a debris field. They were searching around the wreck of the Titanic. So presumably there is a lot down there. There is also a lot that has already been mapped already.
Yeah, but okay, so like that's what I was wondering. Like, is this something previous? Like, how do they know it's from this? Whatever. But I don't think. Listen, this is national, right? The entire world is watching this. I don't think they would announce this unless they were north of 50% sure that this could be or is OceanGate. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see them half-assed being like, yeah, well, we found some stuff, guys. Like, they're gonna, you know what I mean? And then, are you seeing this one over here? Sky News, watching live breaking news, debris field covered. Okay, we'll pop into that one in a second.
Been looked at.
Yeah.
So this appears to be a new debris field that they are investigating, trying to figure out what it is, if it is from the submersible.
Hey, there's Nate. Welcome in. Obviously, we're talking about heavy subject matter, as you can tell. A debris field was found around the Titanic, and this is what we're watching.
Titan.
Yeah, and this is just coming across right now. This, according to the Coast Guard, this debris discovered in the search area.
Yes, Ursinate, I've seen lots and lots of stuff on Twitter regarding that. I can't say I disagree. I think, again, there's a lot of nuances, but I think if a human needs help, a human needs help. I prefer not to get into that whole thing. There's a lot to that.
Where they have been really just crisscrossing a huge area, Kristen, of ocean in search for this submersible.
And how about this? I will promise you guys, right? Like, I need to take a shower while I'm listening to Belinda and all that stuff. I need to run to the grocery store, but I'm going to try and do all that while I'm listening to Belinda's stream, because I want to just like get all my stuff done. So if something breaking, excuse sir, Jasper will not play with Winston, and Winston is having a fit. That's why he's barking. Oh my God, I love him so much. Anywho, sorry, I love my dog so fucking much. Oh my God. If breaking news comes across like they found this or it's definite or I will throw a stream together, pull up whatever, and I will go live so we can all have a place to like come and sit and hang out, and like talk about it and do whatever if you guys want. I should be able to do that.
Well, it's just impossible to determine
Right.
what it is that they found, but it's clearly in the area they have been searching.
Right. And there's always been this question whether or not the submersible was intact. All they know that it lost contact about an hour and 45 minutes into its journey down to the Titanic wreck site. And so, for days they have been trying to get all of these remote operated vessels that can go that deep to look onto the scene. This morning, they were able to get 2 of those robotic vehicles into the water, down to depth. They have been looking around. They do on the surface have, the capability to lift something if they were to find the submersible.
Yeah, Creek, I'm expecting that to basically be like, so we found some debris. We're not sure what it is. It could be, we can't get to it. We're just visualizing it. I'm not expecting like a definite yes or no on that. Because again, it's a whole last thing to get down to those depths. So I don't know. We will but thank you for tagging me in that. I will definitely keep watch, and like I said, if there's any breaking news, I'll try my best to come back on as quick as I can. If nothing really happens or pops off, I'll definitely, depending on what happens, can touch on this tomorrow night during stream. Maybe I'll keep it like a little, more lighter and fun. Maybe we'll just do some fun ghosty haunted house, like ghost caught on camera type stuff tomorrow. Maybe something like a little lighter, less involved, less intensive.
Submersible. They also just got on site a team that specializes in dive injuries, a hyperbaric chamber that can fit 6 people in it. So they are ready for any sort of eventuality. All they are saying at this point, though, is that they have found a debris field, Jose, in that search area.
Kristen Dahlgren in Boston, thank you so very much. I want to.
Okay, so this is live. I can't fast forward. Okay. I kind of don't want to listen to that. Ooh, that looks interesting. Ooh, I want to go here. Athens, Greece. Why did I think it was Athens, Georgia? I'm a fucking idiot. Wow. Look how crowded it is, though. Wow. Escape the noise for a minute. Okay, we're going to let that play, and so I can go to yeah, that way I know. Okay. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people are upset with the whole like response to this, and migrants on a boat, the vast disparity in responses. It's wrong. You should help people, period. Unfortunately, you get politics involved in that, and politicians like to determine the value of human beings' life and worth, and dictate, do they deserve help, how much help do they deserve, based on certain factors. And that's why I don't like politicians, because people are people and you should help them no matter what. I mean, call me crazy, but that's what I think. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I love Frida Kahlo. I love her. I love Salma Hayek's portrayal of Frida Kahlo. I love that movie. It's so good. But yes, humans make things difficult because you get your personal biases, your emotions. See, this is why laws and procedures and things should not be based on emotions. If you live in the state of California, pack your shit and leave. Run away fast. Avoid the whole western seaboard, all of it. California, Oregon, Washington. Avoid the entire western seaboard, which is why everybody's coming to Nevada. Oh. Wait, are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? What's this guy do? Hello?
Bank of England's Monetary Policy Committee between
Okay.
2006 2009. Thank you very much indeed for coming on. So a 0.5% increase. Is that the right decision?
Okay, so basically this is... All right, let's go to my Twitter. Hold on, let me share the screen. So everything on my Twitter is public. I don't lock my Twitter down because I'm not a little bitch. Sorry, but I've noticed certain types of people lock their Twitter down at certain times. I ain't one of those bitches. I'm almost at 1,000 followers. Shout out, follow me on Twitter. Links in my description. It's a good goddamn time. I've been doing this art piece thing with Julian. We all know we all love Julian. So anything you see on here, it's all fucking public. Ooh, I have a message. How you doing? We'll see who that's from later. So Annie Pooh on Twitter, hold on, let me share her link, has been absolutely fantastic, wonderful. Love her so much. I love her fucking name. Let's Annie Pooh, RN, BSN, MSRP, LLC.edu, Esquire. It goes on. I love her. So she was sending me a bunch of stuff on Twitter. So I just figured, oh, look at all my media. I'm like Chantel going to save the sub. Too soon? Too soon? Sorry. Oh, fuck you, CDC. I hate the CDC. Holy shit, I have over 6,500 tweets. Sorry, I'm like making discoveries about my own Twitter, you know. Okay. So Florida couple sued OceanGate CEO months before submersible. News Channel 8 Tampa. Ooh, look at her. Winter Park, Florida. Months before the submersible operated by OceanGate Expeditions went missing in the North Atlantic. Can we? God, I just want to read a news article. Why is it God? A Central Florida couple filed a lawsuit against the company, alleging fraud, according to documents. Since 2021, OceanGate has been taking tourists to the area of the Titanic wreck. The company's 21-foot submersible, Titan, was carrying 5 people when it went underwater and vanished Sunday. Winter Park couple Mark and Shannon Hagel had planned to visit the wreckage on board the OceanGate sub in 2018. They allegedly paid over $200,000 to participate in the expedition. However, the trip was delayed, and the couple never went on the voyage. The couple said OceanGate kept delaying their trip and refused to give them a refund. The Hagels sued OceanGate's CEO, Richard Stockton Rush, for alleged fraud, saying his company, quote unquote, knowingly strung them along even though he knew the vessel was not ready to take the trip and wouldn't give them a refund, end quote. Rush is one of the 5 people on board the missing sub. The couple said their trip was canceled and rescheduled for July 2019, but OceanGate canceled the trip again because its, quote, contracted support vessel refused to participate, end quote. Their expedition was rescheduled again for sometime in 2020. That's when the Hagels asked for a refund, and Rush began working on a full refund plan, according to documents. Then, on June 19th, 2019, the Hagels received yet another cancellation notice. This time, the deep sea trip was canceled because the Titan was experiencing, quote, equipment failure. The trip was rescheduled and canceled a few more times. The couple refused to go on a trip scheduled for July 2021. They said OceanGate had, quote, demanded they take the voyage. Haggles allegedly told OceanGate they would not take the trip. The company, I want to make sure I'm not getting, okay, sorry. I want to make sure I'm not getting like news notifications on my phone. The company then told the couple they would not be getting a refund. Now the submersible they were supposed to board has vanished in a remote part of the North Atlantic. According to the Associated Press, the submersible, quote, the submersible that went missing Sunday could be as deep as about 12,500 feet below the surface, near the watery tomb of the historic ocean liner. Newly uncovered allegations also suggest there had been significant warnings made about vessel safety during its development. With time running out in the frantic rescue mission, it was reported that a Canadian military aircraft detected underwater noises Wednesday morning. Yeah, so like I said, this guy's been taking people's money since like 2016, 2018, pushing it back, right? Oh, hi, Roxy. Oh, I got a Missy Moo baby. I got a Missy Moo. Is loving on me. Hi, baby girl. No puppies in my lap while I'm on the laptop. That's the rule. But she got her little paws up on my leg. She's like, Sissy, what you doing? Who you talking to, Sissy? I love you, little baby girl. She just put her head on my leg. Aw. Roxy's our old lady, huh? She's our old lady girl. We love her so much. So again, thank you, Annie, for sending me this article. All right. So let's go back to my Twitter. Let me look at my chat real quick. Yep, Creek Native says this is a mess, and it seems like he did everything to hide the bad. Yeah. And that's what a lot of these people do. It's like, oh, hold on. I'm getting a text. I just got a text. They found her debris field. And I'm going to text. I know. I'm streaming. Hey, girl. Oh, my God. Okay, sorry. My friend's texting me. She'll probably come in here in a minute. So, yeah, of course. Well, this is what these people do, right? Trying to catch up on this. Well, off topic, heat or cold. I prefer heat, but cold is better for swelling. Either one that you do, Creek, put it on and like 50, like so much on, so much off. Is if there's like swelling involved, the cold might be better. But heat can also help with swelling, and it also relaxes the muscles. So I would just try both and see which one works better. Like, I'm a heat girl. My mom can't stand it. She prefers cold, but I don't like cold. I prefer heat. So just do not use any of those Icy Hot or Tiger Balm ointments, and put cold and especially heat on afterwards, because girl, that'll fuck your shit up. Hey, girl. I was just like, my friend's texting me. Hey, Miss Mama. All right, so let's go back to my Twitter, because I know I got some good stuff in here. I thought I had some like newer stuff. I don't know. This story is moving so fast. Yeah, like 2016, he first started taking money. Oh, look at, it's a Winston. It's a Winston. Like the underwater noises. See, like I've been following that. Like I was seriously, why is imploded, ma'am? Imploded Titan Coast Guard. Okay. Well, maybe yeah, that's probably trending now because they found the debris field. But here's my thing, my Twitter. I love my Twitter banner. I will never change this. This is like my favorite thing. Oh my god. Here, see, Chantel's making an effort to go save the sub. Sorry, not sorry. Gallows humor. We love it. What else did I have? So we know this guy is basically like, he's kind of sketchy. Like just pushing it out that far, like that's a lot. I do recommend my Twitter. Again, link is on my description. It's great. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you're missing out. Oh, we're going to be watching this on stream on Sunday. If you don't know, Gene made some sick beats back in the day. Chantel got so mad. Called I'm Not on a Diet. It's great. All right. Okay. We're going to look up again because that was disappointing. Oh, here. Why is it that the British channel seem to be on this a lot better? Gaining Gird, welcome in, you guys. Gaining Gird is my dad. Sorry. They put up like a community post or something, and I was like, will you be my dad? And, we're both women, but like, whatever. Oh, I don't know if Aunt Aphrodite did a reading into, you know what? I think it was that picture is when she coughed so hard she pissed herself. Again, my YouTube or my Twitter here on my YouTube is in my description. Please follow me. Great. Welcome in, Gaining Gird. Love you so much. Oh, I have a little Missy Moo. She's just poking at me. She's like, lady, what are you doing? Girl, you have an entire hour until it's time for what you're bothering me for. We stay on a schedule around here, Miss Mama. Oh. Sorry, I'm sitting weird. I need to figure out my setup for this because it like hurts my right shoulder after a while. They did not find the people. My dearest Gird, my Gird daddy Gird. They found a debris field in the area of the Titanic wreck, and there is a press conference scheduled for 3 p.m. Eastern, so noon my time. I'm gonna keep an eye on things. But yeah, this so what have we discovered? Okay, let's put on a little bit of background music, okay? Because I feel like I need to start doing let's put on Walking in the Sky. Turn that shit down. Holy crap. What have we learned? So all right. This thing was a little sketchy, right? Not entirely safe. I love you, Gird. Subscribe to Gaining Gird. Gaining Gird has a channel. Criminally undersubbed. Hold on, let me go to channel. Share, copy link. Okay, here's Gaining Gird's channel. Shout out Gaining Daddy Gird. Daddy Gird. Please be sure to subscribe. They are hilarious. They're also, are you a moderator over at Hannibal's? I'm just a member. Oh. Oh, that guy. He was like, I know my dad's missing in the submersible, but I'm gonna go to the Blink 182 concert because, like, I know he'd want me to go. These people, I'm convinced, once you have a certain amount of money and you live at that sustained way of life, you completely lose touch with reality and the common person. You know, like it's just a thing. No, I don't listen, Gerd. I go to so many places and everyone is so kind and they drop my link in chat and I appreciate it so much because, like, you know, I got a tiny little channel. I'm trying to grow it. But yeah, so we learned, all right, this Stockton Rush dude, kind of sketch, basically built this thing himself, you know, using parts from like Tractor Supply. Don't get me wrong, I love a Tractor Supply. Bitch, take me to Tractor Supply. Do not buy me jewelry. I will lose it. I won't wear it. Buy me power tools. I'm a power tool girl. I love my reciprocating saw. I'd love to have a whole little setup with, I don't have the room for it. I have a tiny little townhome. I love a power tool though. But this dude's going to like Tractor Supply and Big R and is like, well, I'll just build this thing. Okay, so we know that. So we know he's a little sketch, right? He's been taking money since at least 2018, if not 2016. And as that couple in Florida is suing him, pushed it back for years to the point they were like, ooh, we're not so sure about this now. We'd like to cancel and get our money back. We don't feel safe. And he's basically like, fuck you. We learned that this submersible, unlike most, is made from carbon fiber, of which the data and testing is unknown as to how many trips down due to the pressure and temperature that carbon fiber can withstand, which is why Josh Gates said, no, ma'am, pass that up, right? Yes, exactly. An employee, what was it, 2 years ago? Hold on, let me make sure my shit's not showing. Let me look up, I want to read that. Ocean Gate employee fired. Did I find something with that? Okay, why is this all weird? Hold on, I'm not sharing anything, am I? Okay. Sorry, my thing is like not. Actually, let me go into my Twitter and find that, because then I won't. Or didn't I have it? I was just like favoriting stuff. Fucking two-tailed caper made a thing about Chantal. It's so good. So good. You guys are so good. Okay, is this going to be under my liked? Oh, I didn't organize. I'm not used to dipping into my Twitter for probably under my likes, which I like a lot of stuff. And understand, just because you see me like something on Twitter doesn't mean I'm in agreement with it. It's often so I can keep track of it and come back to it for reference. And sometimes it does mean I like that person or I'm in agreement. You're never gonna know. Yeah. I know I have that about the employee that think. Yeah, and then Josh Gates. I like to tweet to those asking. Titan did not perform well on my dive. Ultimately, I walked away from a huge opportunity to film Titanic due to my safety concerns with the Ocean Gate platform. There's more to the history and design of Titan that has not been made public, much of it concerning. And Josh Gates tweeted that on June 21st. And then where's that? Yeah, a lot of people are just like, nope. Oh, here's all my shit I wanted to show. All right. So we learned Stockton Rush is a little sketchy McSketcherson. Bear with me. Oh shit. So they're saying it's debris from the sub imploded. You know what? I started saying earlier in the stream, I had that dark thought this morning. Would I rather stuff go out and you sink to the bottom, or you kind of float wherever in the ocean? And that's like a slow, painful death. You're going to be hungry. You're going to dehydrate. You can go much longer without food than water. The claustrophobia, all that stuff. Or would I rather just, oh shit, the integrity of the hull or something goes? Because again, this is why Josh Gates didn't go. Carbon fiber, not tested. I've just said this 5 times. So, shit, son. So yeah, I was like, would I rather an instant implosion where that pressure comes in, and hopefully they were deep enough where it was just instant fucking-taneous, right? Like I said, if we wanna, I can look up a video that shows, like, you know, the pressure at 10,000 feet or whatever, if we want, real quick, because we're gonna get off here in like 15 minutes or so. Josh Gates. Sorry, I don't know what you're asking me. Raven is his Twitter, just his name, Josh. It's Josh Gates here. Hold on, let me share my screen and we'll go into my Twitter, love. He's the host guy, the guy with the interview. That guy. Josh Gates. I love him. He let me find all my pictures on the side are cracking me up. It's so inappropriate. I'm sorry I'm like this. Yeah, so there was the interview Annie sent me. Shout out Annie Pooh. And then where was his tweet? And I'm sorry, yes. I don't know if it's true or whatever. I'm so down for Andrew Tate to train Elon Musk to beat the shit out of Mark Zuckerberg. Like, I'm here for it. Here it is. Josh Gates. This guy. Expedition Unknown. Explorer. Host of Expedition Unknown. Hashtag Josh Gates. It's at Joshua Gates. JOSHUAGATES. And you know what? We're gonna do a little boopity bips because I used to watch that show. I love Josh Gates. If you Discovery, whatever, can watch that show, watch it. It's fantastic. Okay. I know I've got my little background music on, but let's see if I can.
Sub are gone. And I don't say that very lightly, but I was the anti-submarine officer. Let me explain some stuff. Around 1 o'clock today, article said they had about 40 hours of breathable air, so they're down to about 37 now. But even if they find this submarine, which is going to be very difficult.
Can you guys hear that? Can you hear my little Twitter doopity bips? Because this is my first time going in on my Twitter. I want to make sure you can hear. Oh my God. Belinda going live early. You suck a bitch.
To pick up on sonar because of rocks and other objects in the water. They won't be able to actually lift this submarine out of the water or open any of the doors or hatches. When an object is, say, in the middle of the ocean, you have buoyant forces that can push up. But this submarine is at the very bottom, likely on the seabed at 13,000.
Okay, that's why I liked this, because again, this is under my likes on my Twitter. You can again follow me there. So okay, I'll stop. I'll stop blabbing. Sorry.
1,000 feet, which means that 100% of the buoyant forces is in the downward direction. It would literally take an act of God for that submarine to come back up. When I was in the Navy, we had what's known as the WQC-2 Gertrude. It's an underwater microphone. You can basically listen. And while I was doing a tour in the Middle East, specifically in the Persian Gulf, there was an Iranian sub that went down to the bottom. And it was one of the saddest things because you wanted to help them, but we were not allowed to. And we could physically hear on the Gertrude the sailors banging on pipes, asking for help. There was nothing that we could do. At the beginning, there was lots of bangs. Bang, 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 bang. And as time progressed, the bangs got slower. Bang. Bang. Pretty depressing, to be honest. So I don't really like saying it, but condolences to these individuals and their families. Like I said, it'll take literally an act of God to pull something like that 13,000 feet from under the water. And divers can't really help there. They could cut it open, but the second you do that, you'll have water pouring in it super fast. It would crush them on the inside.
Yep, it would crush them on the inside. So shout out to, looks like TJ Margits. I don't have the TikToks, but here, do we want to go? We can go into the Coast Guard trending. Here, let me follow them. Top, should we do latest? Oh, shit. 2 seconds ago. Why is Ollie London tweeting about this shit? Fuck you, Ollie London. Leave Jimin alone. Parts of the wreckage of the Titan sub have now been found near the wreckage of the Titanic. The sub likely suffered a crack and imploded under the water pressure, instantly killing all 5 on board. The U.S. Coast Guard will hold a press conference update on the tragic discovery. So Oily London, if you don't know who Ollie London is, he's like obsessed with K-pop and Jimin from BTS, and he had all this plastic surgery. Okay, cool. Thanks, Ollie. Okay, but then why is Oily London saying that this is like... Okay. Trying to like read through this. This shit. This may surprise you, but the Coast Guard is more like for coasts, not the bottom of the ocean floor. I mean, I don't know. Okay. US 46 seconds ago. I don't know who any of these people are. So how does Ollie London know this? You have too much Botox, dude? Oh my God. I can hear you whining at me, Missy. So, okay. But how does Ollie know this? And again, if you know who Ollie London is. Girl, Ollie London. Leave Jimin alone. My little Jimin. Even though V is my bias, I'm just saying. I don't think the Coast Guard needs to be equipped to deal with this particular situation. Deep sea disasters. I mean... Don't know why the Catholic Church is trending, but okay, cool. Who's this person? Paul Golding. Who's Paul Golding? Parts of the wreckage of the Titan sub have now been found near the wreckage of Titanic. It is now almost certain that the Titan imploded, killing all 5 occupants. The Coast Guard will hold a press conference shortly. Let's check who Paul Golding is. The reinstated verified account of Britain first leader Paul Golding. That does not answer my question, but okay, cool. I don't trust all these blue check marks now, beach. Okay. All right, so we're getting some reports saying that, yeah, it's been found and yeah, it imploded. I know. I hope it's not true either, Gerd, but more than likely it probably is. And it's, I don't know. We'll wait for the press conference to come out. Yeah, Oily London is a strange one. I don't understand how he went from being obsessed about BTS and trying to be a K-pop star and all this stuff to now I see him on Twitter posting about shit like this. It's like, okay, cool, you're whatever, bro. Oh, check my @ Okay, let me go into Twitter on my phone, Creek. Okay. Daily Wire. Yeah, all it's saying though is that they're going to discuss findings from the Horizon Arctic's remotely operated vehicle near the Titanic. I don't want to pull up our DMs on my Twitter, Sierra, just because Creek, whichever. I don't want to show any like personal stuff, but yeah, it's just basically saying it's scheduled to hold a press conference about the findings. It's not confirming or denying either way. I will say this. Either way, they were never going to come out of this alive. It just, like that sub guy said, it's not how this works. When you're dealing with the ocean, the deep waters, this was your video. Oh, I'm checking my. Oh, I see it. Okay, hold on. I see it. Okay. Let's go to. Hold on. Let me share my screen. We're gonna go back into my Twitter and watch what Sierra Creek just sent me. Okay, so home. Where am I at? I'm not used to looking at this on laptop. How do I get to my ads on laptop? Oh my God, I don't need to. You're following. I'm so confused. I'm not used to. Here, let me like it. I'm not used to like navigating my Twitter on my laptop. I always do it on my phone. Likes, it should be right there. Boom. Okay.
Is directly connected to the ships that are out there, and the message that they're telling me, if you're talking about debris, it was a landing frame and a rear cover from the submersible. So again, this is a very unconventional submarine. The that rear cover is that pointy end of it.
Oh crap!
And the landing frame is this little frame that it seems to sit on.
That's the frame we were talking about.
Into the landing bit.
So you know, like the little spermatozoa type tail it has, right? And then that frame I was talking about, and Josh had mentioned that they can drop that. They were supposed to be able to drop that and get the weight off so they can float back up. The two most identifying factors about it, this guy is saying were found.
So that confirms it's the submersible.
Oh shit.
And
God damn
hang on
it.
to that detail because we're just coming to the end of the hour. But our precedent is directly connected to the ships that are out there, and the message that they're telling me, if you're talking about debris, it was a landing frame and a rear cover from the submersible. So again, this is a very unconventional submarine. The that rear cover is that pointy end of it, and the landing frame is this little frame that it seems to sit on, and that's how it gets stopped into the landing bit. So that confirms it's the submersible.
Shit.
And could you hang on to that detail? Because it's just coming.
Well, shit, you guys. Okay. So I guess, yeah. So now all the questions come in. Were they okay at first and then something happened and it imploded? Did it implode right away? Here's my, like I was thinking this morning, and I don't know why this popped in my head. And yes, again, I have abilities and and I connect with things and whatever. I'm just saying. What did I say? I kept saying 11 p.m. Or 11 a.m., right? For some reason, it popped into my head, like, if, they're sitting down there and they're like, okay, we're going to die. Do we want to sit and suffer and die? Or we can breach this and have it be over? And that was all I thought about all morning. So I think they were okay. This is just my opinion, my speculation, my theory, based on certain things I can pick up and whatnot, right? I think they might have been okay at first. And then it just came to a point where they're like, they were probably on the bottom and they're like, listen, they're not going to get to us. We can sit here and die slowly, or we can breach this and it'll be instantaneous. The pressure will kill us. Bing, bang, boom. We're out of our misery because we're going to die anyway, Fucking Sephora sending me advertisements right now. Are you kidding me? Wow. Thanks. Yeah, Graveyard Flowers. I hope it was quick too. I don't know that. Well, see here, obviously the military has strong enough GPS tracking and whatnot. Could this guy get his hands on it? Doesn't seem like it if he's going to fucking Tractor Supply to put parts into this thing. Which I'm not saying isn't doable. Again, people build fucking rockets in their backyard to go to the moon, but I digress. Oh my God. Okay, so it imploded is basically what we're getting. Oh fuck. Are we good? Is everybody good? That's still here. Are we good? Are we good? I know it's sad. Because there's always that. There's always that little bit of hope. Until you know for sure. And well, yeah, this is some rich people shit. That's still somebody's son, their father, their brother, their child. From the minute I heard about this, I was like, I will be ecstatic if they find these people alive and well, but I don't think it's going to happen just because of the situation. The ones I feel sad for are the families. Stockton Rush went down with the ship, as every good captain should. His family's going to have to deal with all of the legal, civil, moral, ethical ramifications of this. Because here's the thing. Those people that were on board, their families had fucking money. You don't think they're going to go after? And I'll tell you who the one person is right now that I'm most concerned for, mental health wise, and that I hope the people in their life keep an eye on and check on. And it's the employee that tried speaking out years ago and got silenced and fired because that poor person has probably is sitting there and is probably sitting there screaming at the top of their lungs in hysterics right now, saying, I tried telling you, why didn't anybody fucking listen to me? And this is a perfect example of what having money, the power that comes along with it, how you silence. You can silence people or make them go away. And then shit happens, you know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're still humans in that, you know. Like I said, I feel bad for their families because if it imploded, they're gone. They're out of the meat suits. They're on to the next plane of existence and whatever. They're fine. They're good. They're not hurting. They're not sad. We're going to talk about afterlife stuff coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Hey, Andy. Welcome in. Heavy subject matter. Just to update you real quick. Apparently, they found a debris field from the little submersible around the Titanic. And that little swoop-de-doo spermatozoa little end and the little frame it was attached to, they found. So word on the street is that it imploded, and yeah. So just to get you up to speed, so we're kind of taking it all in. Yeah, I feel, and you know what? I feel bad. I do. I feel bad for the teenager. Because you know what? He trusted his dad that he was going to be safe. Because his dad trusted the dude, Stockton Rush, that they were going to be safe. So, again, I personally, like, I would even be hesitant to just sit in it open, like, not just to sit in it. I would even be hesitant to do that. One, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back up with how my sciatic and all my shit is right now. Two, I'm very claustrophobic. Like, I'm okay in, like, elevators and stuff. Even if I got stuck in an elevator, even a smallish elevator. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I grew up, like, I lived in a 28th floor high rise for quite a bit of my childhood growing up because my dad worked there, so we had to live there. And again, growing up in Chicago, you have a lot of buildings that are older, and you very much had the, like, one or two person with the like the cage gate that would go across, you know. I was always in those. Maybe it's because I'm used to that. Elevators and stuff don't bother me. This bothers me. And I keep my butt on Amber Lynn's flat earth. I mean, same. You know, some people are like, you know, at this point in my life, my body hurts so much. Like, I'm in so much pain right now. Oh my God. I don't know. It's like some people are okay with things and whatever. And I don't know. Like, I don't like motorcycles, you know. I have no desire to own or go on a fucking motorcycle. That shit scares me. I want to be in my Sorrento with my steel cage around me that is just as, if not safer than most luxury brands. Look it up. I got my car. I had to take it to the dealer on Monday to update the software, and now I have these big red stickers on the front, the driver and passenger side of my car that says, it doesn't say this exactly, but basically it's like, the software was updated, you can't steal it, so don't break into it, because yeah. So my car is updated and I'm safe. Can't steal my shit now. And I'm always packing, so I advise anybody in the area I live in to not do that, because I will shoot you. Especially if I'm in the car and you're trying to take it. Like, no ma'am. fuck, you guys. I mean, listen, I kind of thought this was going to be the outcome. Doesn't mean it's not still sad. Damn it. Thank you, Creek Native. You guys, hearts in the chat for Creek. She is, when I tell you, she is not only an amazing moderator, she is, which Creek, I need to change you to, hold on, don't be scared. I have to take you off as a regular. And I'm adding you also as a super duper moderator, Creek. So you can do things like speed up the chat, slow the chat, all that stuff. So yeah. Oh, I hate motorcycles. I absolutely hate motorcycles. But hearts in the chat for Creek. She helped me out so much. And again, Annie on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, please go follow her and be like, that bitch Raven Star sent me, because she was so awesome and tagging me and being like, here, because I was like, I was going to stream last night, but I wanted to wait. And this is why I fucking waited, because I just had a feeling. I'm like, some shit's going to pop off overnight. Or I kept hearing and seeing 11 a.m. And sure as shit, while we're sitting here, listen, you can believe I've got some abilities or whatever, or don't, but I'll prove it to you time and time again, because that's just how it works. Well, fuck you guys. So yeah, I know that press conference is going to start here shortly. So I will for sure mention this on stream tomorrow night. Haven't decided what I'm doing. I've got a bunch of playlists going already. And yes, maybe this Wednesday, if I can find some stuff, we will talk about the Fen treasures. If you don't know about those, this like old guy hid all these treasures around, like out my way. I forget exactly where, but people have been searching for these, and he like left clues, and it's a whole thing. I'll see what I can find on it. Maybe do that this Wednesday if I can find enough. It's super interesting. So yeah. So everybody go watch the press conference at noon. We'll definitely update for sure tomorrow night on stream, and maybe we'll just do like a wild card stream, or just like let's look up some haunted shit and like, ghost on camera type stuff. I don't know. I feel like we could all kind of just use something interesting, but still like a little lighter. You guys let me know. Tweet at me. If you could leave a thumbs up on this, Amidala. Take care, y'all. Don't be too hard. I love you. I love you, Amidala. Sorry, I forgot to send you the link. Yeah, don't be too hard. If you could leave a thumbs up, and if you need a little laugh, go back to my stream from this past Sunday. Leave a sub, thumbs up, leave a comment, your favorite animal or food emoji, and that you'd like to be entered in the drawing for the I choked on a potato and shit my pants sticker, courtesy of Sarah K. Oh, I do spooky streams every Friday night, girl. I'm here every Friday night at 7. So look through my lives. And then usually on Wednesday we do some fuck shit too. Like we were talking about the Vegas aliens last week. It was great. So, and then Sunday is Gore World Recap. I want to start adding another stream in there, because there's some other people I want to cover. I'm looking at you. Thanks. You delusional POS. Ooh, I almost made a comment. I'm not going to say it. All right. I got to go now, because I'm going to say some shit and get myself in trouble. I appreciate you guys being here. If any like major shit pops off or whatnot, I'll probably come back. I need to run through the shower. I need to go dip into Belinda's, go to the grocery store. So yeah. So thanks for being here. Hug your loved ones. Keep them close. remember what's important in life and take care of each other. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.